Welcome back to another video, and today we'll be doing a special edition of Makeup News discussing the holiday launches for 2024. Welcome back, and as you have seen from the intro and title, today I am doing another special edition of my Makeup News video. So today we'll be discussing the holiday themed makeup announcements that have been made or have already been launched to the market. And in this video there will be both the gift sets and also there will be like special edition launches. And to sort of not to repeat too much content on my channel, some of these or most of this stuff have been in my makeup news previous like normal makeup news video, but I thought it would be fun just like with the makeup advent calendars to like compile all the makeup like holiday themed makeup launches into one video. But in order not to have too much repeat content, any holiday launches that I'm gonna discuss in this video, those won't be in my normal makeup news video that will be coming out next week. However, most likely there will still be new holiday launches after I have filmed and edited this video, so the stuff that won't make it into this video will still be on the normal makeup news video, but that's just to clear up how I'm gonna sort of handle these holiday launches. And I do have to say, like, considering that we are now at the end of September, I think we have had like most holiday launches announced. Like, I feel that this like fall has been very strange, that I don't think we had that many like fall themed launches. There has been like I'd say some Halloween themed launches. That is of course something that is mostly celebrated in US, and because US is such a big market, I can understand why brands like to do these spooky season launches. But for example, in my country and most parts of Europe, I know that Halloween, it's not like there's like a Halloween themed merch that comes to the stores and maybe some candies, but it's not like really a celebration here. But yeah, I feel that these sort of normal like reddish orangey fall palettes and sort of other releases that we usually get, I feel that those have been very much lacking. There's been like a few, for example, I think the best so far has been what Nomad Cosmetics did with the Mount Fuji themed collection. But other than that, I'm kind of sad because I actually do sort of like the beginning of the fall season when we have the sort of colorful leaves, and this year I feel that we have very much like skipped that phase completely. We have just had the Halloween like few Halloween launches, and then we have like straight gone into the like Christmas launches. And I think like there's already like a lot of these Christmas launches are also something that they have already like you can buy them in some cases already, or they're about to launch. For example, a lot of stuff seems to be launching at the end of September. So yeah, that's just like my few cents about how I feel that we have gone with the makeup market during this fall. And I'm a big fan of holiday collections, just like with makeup advent calendars. I love holiday makeup. Christmas is something because after summer there really isn't, at least in my country, anything else to really wait, and the fall it really gets kind of dark, so you are kind of waiting for the Christmas lights and the Christmas atmosphere and such. So I'm actually a huge fan of also Christmas makeup launches, but I maybe would have wished that maybe we could have waited until October for these to start coming out, because I do feel it's kind of funny that I'm actually, because I do makeup budgeting, and that's how I decide how many makeup items I can buy per month. And my Excels have been completely thrown like in chaos, because now I have to like account for that. Okay, I know most of this holiday stuff is actually going to be releasing September, most likely around October. So actually purchases that I would normally have to consider making during November and the beginning of December, those are already like making it into my budgeting list like already beginning of the fall. So yeah, it's a whole thing. But I will now let's get to the products, because there's a lot of stuff to discuss in this video. So let's get my trusty phone, and you will be seeing photos again here as you do with normally makeup news videos. And let's actually start first with a brand that I think I will have to make the edit for this myself, because I haven't yet found any other account making a compilation of these. So some drugstore holiday launches. Makeup Revolution, as they have announced already their makeup advent calendar, their makeup gift sets for holiday have also been announced. It could still be that Makeup Revolution will come out with a separate holiday collection, because they have had the habit in previous years that they will do like these gift sets and then they will have a separate holiday collection. So the holiday collection, if that will come, I will discuss it as I said in the intro later. But regarding the gift sets, I think I'm just gonna go include the makeup ones, because Revolution also they do skincare sets, and that's not something that I'm primarily interested in. There's the very typical gift set of makeup brushes this year. How much is it costing? How much is the brush set? Right page again. So makeup brushes. So the Revolution Glam Up brush gift set is $31.99, and there seems to be 3 face brushes and 3 eye brushes. I think for a Revolution brush set this is actually quite expensive, because I think previous years for the same amount of brushes, or even actually more brushes, I think there might have been around 20 euros. So I don't. This actually would be something I would skip. Then we have some Maxi Plump Cool Ice and Hot as Chili lip set. I think those might be their lip plumpers. I don't like lip plumping products, so that's a skip. I'm not so sure, are these actually the plumpers, like unique products to the gift sets, or are these like existing products? Then they are having their Smoky Icon palette, which is one of their like newer eyeshadow palettes, and there comes an eyeshadow brush with it. I really wish that they could have, because I'm actually going to be filming my eyeshadow palette collective review video after this one, where I'm having 2 of the new Icon palettes. And I can already say that I've been liking the quality of those palettes much more than what Makeup Revolution has come out previously. So I'm kind of bummed that they are actually putting out an existing, so the Smoky Icon palette is a palette you can buy separately. I maybe would have wished that they could have done a special edition palette, because I would have certainly actually gotten this gift set if it would have been a special edition palette exclusive to the gift set. Then there's a Cheek and Lip Duo mini, there's a gift set with their lip glosses. Then there is, I think one gift set that I was kind of eyeing is this, the Revolution Cloud Blush and Glow gift set. This is around $27.99, and this actually does have, I think the mini face palette is actually something it's an exclusive to this gift set. I think the other products might be existing products in their line. I think this actually might be one of the better value. There's some cheap products, then they have their mousse eyeshadows in this one, and I think there's a brush included, so I think this is one of the like better value gift set. And I think with Revolution generally, I think before I'm gonna go forward, wait for their Black Friday sale to start. So don't buy these holiday sets from Revolution full price, wait for their Black Friday sale. I still haven't seen a year when any of these sets would have sold out before the Black Friday sale, so you will then get them, I think, much more at the price that I think they're worth it. If you're a big fan of their lip products, then I might go with the Ultimate Nude Lip Kit, though these are already, as the name implies, this has quite nude shades, and I think they have like almost all of their lip formulas in this one. They have their matte lipsticks, there's satin lipsticks, there's lip glosses, there's lip oils, there's even a lip liner included in this one, so if you're a big fan of their lip products, this could be a set to look into. Then there's a Pink Glow set, Pink Glow Get the Look gift set. Okay, that's a long name. I'm really bummed that they are doing these like very cheap looking 6-pan eyeshadows. Like, I do think that it's good that they're doing one gift set with their new palettes that have the sort of new better formula, but I think these smaller palettes have their sort of really old formula that it's not good, and these 6-pan, they look to be made that they're pretty cheap, so I'm not exactly a fan of them putting these small 6-pan eyeshadow palettes this year into their gift set, because I don't think that those aren't like good quality eyeshadow. So I don't think I would be maybe putting my money into this one. And then I think lastly, there's one other makeup, and this goes with the Mean Girl collaboration, but this seems to be a Christmas specific gift set. So this is the Mean Girls Revolution gift set, and I am kind of eyeing, there's a red matte lipstick, then there is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette, and then they have as a merge, there is this sort of like a hair, is that a hair tie that has the sort of bow on top of it. I was kind of thinking that it would be interesting to know which formula they have in the sort of Mean Girl, the 9-pan eyeshadow palette that is included in this one. So is this the older, not so good formula, or does this actually have the new, better formula? But I think those were like the, let's see, I think those were like the most interesting ones that I sort of wanted to go to. You can go to their website, because as I said, they do also have some other than just makeup gift sets in general, but I do think that these are pretty typical Makeup Revolution gift sets, and as I said, there might be a holiday specific collection still that will come after these ones. Then something that we have seen on my channel previously, so this is Benefit's holiday collection, and as you can see, we have these sets that they have their mascaras, their brow products, and their primers, and then we have a couple of these holiday specific palettes, and Benefit has done this now I think every year. So every year as long as my memory serves correct, they have done this, that they come out with a trio of these face palettes, but I think the most interesting thing in this one was the bit bulky looking face palette, palette that has face products but also has eyeshadows, though I did discuss in my makeup news video that the eyeshadow colors that they selected didn't look that appealing, and also this looks like the palette that has both the eye and face products also looks kind of bulky. I say like honestly that if you're looking for good value and if you don't own any of the benefits like cheek products, then maybe get one of these trios. I do think these are quite decent, and I think these are pretty giftable products if you're wanting to buy something for a makeup lover. I don't think these sort of value sets that they usually have, so these sets that include their like existing products, I don't think these are as good as they had been some year, because for example, previous years I think they have had more sets with their mascaras, and some of those have been pretty good value, but this year I don't think the value sets that Benefit is offering during Christmas, that these aren't as great. And also a lot of those sets seems to include minis, so that's not also something I'm not a big fan of. So this is the only thing so far that I've seen from Estee Lauder, and this is their holiday blockbuster gift set, and this is one of those very typical traditional high-end luxury brand where they do this sort of big makeup bag, and then they include some of their like there's like special holiday specific products and then have their sort of normal best-selling products. I will still stand with my point that this would be for a grandma kind of person would probably love this. Not that there's anything bad with grandmas. Grandmas, they are lovely and we would be in trouble without them, but just the way that the makeup box has been styled with this velvet bow and everything. I do think that if you have a huge Estee Lauder fan in your family and you really want to, because these usually are pretty expensive, but if you want to put money forward for this one, this actually does offer quite good value, because I think most of the products in this one are full size and you do get a good mix of makeup and skincare with this one. So from Iconic London, they are also doing, I think, just gift sets, but I think that we have seen this from them quite many times. You will see from the picture that I'm going to be putting here that I think most of these are like existing products, so I think this is pretty dull. I know that Iconic London style generally is that they do this quite sort of like a bronzy girl kind of makeup, and they aren't, for example, as focused maybe on eyeshadows, but they have more like complexion and cheek products is what they usually do. So I do this kind of goes with the theme of it, but I just think that we have seen these are the same products that they include every year in their holiday set. So for me, these would be an easy skip. There isn't nothing like super appealing in any of these. Then next one, so Rare Beauty is doing something that they are also have done now, like I think quite many Christmases, and I did give them credit in my makeup news video that I do like this style, that they are doing like a couple of small gift sets. So there's one set for the skincare products, then there's a set with their sort of eyeliner and a mascara. I do wish that the mascara would have also been a full size. I do think for a gift set to kind of have value, they could have put a full size mascara instead of putting a mini in this one. However, what I did say that if Rare Beauty would be a brand that would be easily accessible for me, I would take the one that has the 3 cheek minis, and I did discuss already from these ones that before buying these, and if you are a huge Rare Beauty fan, check that are these shades in the sort of cheek set, are there unique shades for their blushes, and then I think one of them is a highlighter shade, or are there existing shades, so you kind of can know that are you buying doubles or are these unique. But as someone who doesn't own Rare Beauty for obvious reasons, again because it's not available for me, brand that's available for me, I would pick the cheek set because I do think that the shades look kind of cute. Next one, so Fenty. Fenty apparently will be having a 12-day advent calendar that's also going to be shown in this picture, and then they're going to do the lip gloss trio. I have seen a sneak peek somewhere on the internet that they're also going to do the ornament again, so there's going to be a holiday edition like they had last year, like an individual of their gloss bombs. And then there seems to be some fragrances and maybe some of their skincare products. The lip gloss set has been something that's been usually on my wish list for now a couple of Christmases, and I actually did get the trio of the gloss bombs last year. But this year I did already mention this in my makeup news video that the gloss bomb shades that are included this year, these are all these very bright, punchy, sort of reddish pink shades. So This year I don't think there's anything with Fenty that I am interested in, but again, I'm gonna give Fenty credit that they are doing these very small and curated gift sets for their holiday, and I think most of these also do, well, the calendar doesn't include, I think, like new products, but the gift sets themselves do have like a holiday unique products, which is good. Then something that I was thinking that, yeah, this is a bit dull, so Laura Mercier is also gonna come out with a gift set, and then there are, I think the eyeshadow palette might be something that's new. I don't think this is in Laura Mercier's like staple line. However, I don't know, is the blush, there's blushes that there's a set that has the blush and one of their caviar stick eyeshadows. About the pens, I'm not sure are those are probably lip products, at least based on the colors, and then there's a mix of like sets with their primers and some of their base products. I do kind of like the sort of beigey, pinky color theme that this has going on, but the products themselves, like if you have a like Laura Mercier fan, again, some of these could be good value. I do think that the blush plus caviar stick, like those could be a good combo for someone who's a more of an everyday makeup wearer who just needs something quick for their office. So for that kind of person, actually the blush and caviar stick duos could be good, but yeah, nothing exciting for me personally in this particular collection. So next we are gonna discuss Tarte, and Tarte is doing, my god, like there's so much in this one. So Tarte is like, I was so, I already discussed this in my makeup news video like past week, that this is a lot, but this is still like a lot when I'm looking at this. I'm not gonna go all over again, I'm just like everything in here, but I'm gonna just say that what would my picks be. I would like focus on maybe on the like unique items that this has. So Tarte has been having a habit of doing a lot that they just recycle existing products into small like sets, and that is also like good if you're just again buying something for a person who's not a makeup collector, but as someone who is a makeup collector, I would then stick to these more like holiday specific items. So sorry. So there is the trio of the eyeshadow palettes, or then the cheek, the 5-piece cheek product sets would be like my favorites. Also, I was kind of eyeing the 9-pan palette that I think comes with a Maracuja lip product and lip liner. I do also think that that would be actually kind of a nice thing to buy, but Tarte again is not a brand that's too easily accessible to me. I usually buy the brand when I'm traveling to somewhere that is accessible. But again, there is a lot, and with Tarte, I think, for example, that if you live in the US, some of these might be available in Sephora, some of them might be available in Ulta's, and also I believe QVC is a very popular channel for like Tarte to market their products on, so some of these could be exclusive items to that channel too. So this is just something to consider. I think you will be able to get most of these on Tarte's own website, but then if you're looking for like a retailer, then there might be that not all stuff is available in like each retailer, so that's just something to consider. But as I said, if you are a makeup collector, then I would look for the holiday like exclusive products, but if you're just buying something for everyday makeup wearer, then some of these like sets with their existing products like these could be good value. I do still think that if I would be like wishing something from a family member, then I would be the dull person and ask for the set that has the eyeliners and mascaras, because again, I don't like buying mascaras myself, but I still do like to use them in my makeup routine, so I would actually be the sensible person and maybe ask for the mascara sets, because I have heard that Tarte's mascaras are pretty good. I tried one of their mascaras last year, I wasn't impressed with this one, but this set doesn't have the mascara that I tried, so yeah, that's just my like additional thoughts about this one. But as you can see, Tarte is doing a lot of things this holiday. Okay, then I think the holiday collections that have so far gotten my sort of piqued my interest the most, which is also kind of concerning considering that I had a bit of mixed luck with the brand last year. So and thank you for Trendmood for compiling these into one, because I would have otherwise have to like do 2 images, but thank you Trendmood for doing these in one. So this photo will include both Dior's Backstage holiday collection and their like official holiday like mainline collection, and The Backstage one is already available. You can order it on Dior's website, and it is also available to order from Dior's website in Europe. I actually did check on their European website, and it showed that I could order this. However, because I have heard so many bad stories about ordering from Dior's website, I'm gonna be just a patient person and wait for these to come in our brick and mortar stores, that I can actually go to a department store and get this, because I have had like so many horror stories about people ordering from Dior's own website and how like apparently crappy their customer service is, and that stuff comes broken. And with a luxury brand, if stuff comes broken from their own warehouse, that's not a good sign. The main sort of mainline holiday collection, that is the stuff in the golden packaging, that I think will come out later. Usually this is something that has come out much closer to Christmas, so maybe around the end of October, beginning of November, depending where we live. I think this might be the first time I'm going to be buying one of the Dior like highlighter quads, and this has been like a product that I've been like for many times thinking that I don't really need this, but I'm pretty curious because this I think kind of think that some of the colors are pretty unique for a luxury brand. Like putting a blue highlighter as a traditional luxury brand, that's brave. Also, I do actually like the 9-pan eyeshadow. This, of course, like if you have collected a lot of these Backstage 9-pan eyeshadow palettes, then I think this will have repeat shades, and I think because I so far own only 3, this is still something that I can sort of get into my collection. I think maybe next year we're gonna start approaching the point that I will be having so many Backstage palettes in my collection that I do have to actually start picking out a bit more carefully which ones I will buy, but because I so far have 3, I think I can fit this into my collection and still will offer something pretty unique. The lip gloss is the only thing that I'm skipping with the Backstage line, because I checked the price of the lip gloss and it cost like almost 40 euros, and I was like thinking that 40 euros for a lip gloss is just ridiculous, so that's where I'm drawing my line. About the main line, we do know that I had a horrific experience with the Quint I bought from their holiday collection last year, and that is why I'm still like on 50-50, am I going to be like putting the money. I do kind of like the sort of reddish golden color story that the Quint has. Also, the highlighter is very beautiful and tempting. I really don't need to buy 2 Dior highlighters in one holiday season, do I? It could be that I will be charmed by the package when I see this in the department store. Could also be tempted to buy one of the like lipsticks. For a lipstick, I think I could, because I actually did get a deluxe sample of one of the Dior lipsticks when I bought one of their, when I bought the summer Backstage palette, they gave me a sample of the one of their like satin lipsticks, and I was pretty impressed. I like the formula actually quite a lot, so am I gonna actually really buy a Dior lipstick this year, like a full size one? Yeah, as I said, with the Backstage collection, no question asked, I'm going to be buying 2 of the items, the highlighter palette and the eyeshadow palette, when those become available in our department stores, but with the mainline holiday collection, I'm still gonna like, I really want to see those in store and do some swatching to make the like decision that is the Quint quality any better than the Quint that I ended up decluttering last year, because that was a very expensive misbuy on my behalf. But I do say so far in terms of like holiday design in general, like generally Dior's been like so far my favorite. Then something that I have only seen one product from so far, so Clinique, usually they do a lot of skincare sets, and Clinique is a very, I think, skincare forward brand. They do have a makeup line and it's pretty, I think, extensive. I think they are one of those that do like full face, but makeup is not like their main thing. However, I do think that this gift set might have like a sort of a holiday unique item. So it has the face trio. This sort of face palette trio is something that Clinique is known for doing, I think, every year. And I do actually kind of like this trio. I think one of the deeper shade is meant to be like, I think it might be like meant to be like their the black honey, which has been a popular color. And there's a black honey lipstick, you can see it from the picture. So from Clinique so far, this is like the only like new thing that isn't like recycling their like existing products that I have spotted. The lip stick is probably though just the black honey lip product they already have in their line. But I do like the face palette design, like it's in a poppy pink compact. I'm a person who likes pink, so that too. This is probably not a product that I would buy for myself, but I do have a huge Clinique fan in one of my friends, and I think I might be asking that would she actually like this one. I would have to see what price this goes for, because some Clinique is really, they aren't like the most expensive higher end brand to buy. Some of their products are in the like 30 euro range, and then some go for 50, so if this would be around the 50 euro mark, and maybe I could, because Clinique is usually a brand that you can use a discount coupon for when you're buying in our department stores, so I'm gonna maybe ask that with my friend, like, to have this one, because I know she's a very religious Clinique skincare product user, and she also, I think, does like their makeup products too. So not for me, but I could maybe see buying this for my friend. Then next one, Max Holiday Collection, and for saving our time today, there's also like gift sets that have been revealed, but Max does these holiday gift sets every year where they will just include their existing products. So for saving our time, I'm not gonna go through those. I'm just gonna show you the holiday separate collection that is going to come. We are doing gold, which seems to be a trend this year, so a lot of brands I have shown here are doing gold this year. And are we not getting a highlighter? Usually we have gotten at least one of their powder products also, so I'm actually surprised. There's like the lip products we get every year, there's 3 lipsticks, there's 3 lip glosses, there is, I'm not sure is the mousse kind of product that is in the photo, that is this a cheek product or an eye product. There's an eyeshadow sticks, I think, and then there is a also mascara, which looks, is that like a green version of their sort of Max Stack mascara? That's interesting. And then we have the eyeshadow palettes, which actually look like every other eyeshadow palette Mac has ever done. Mac is a bit of a strange brand in terms of Christmas releases, because some Christmas they have had items that I have actually bought. I don't like usually buy from Mac, but some of their holiday stuff has really pulled me in. But I think this year none of the like holiday items really scream for me that pick me. These look like very well, they are pretty repetitive generally when you look at Max holiday launches, but this year especially I don't think there's like anything that unique. But I'm pretty surprised that they don't have any of their like face powders in the holiday like special edition packaging, because usually they have done at least a couple. Yeah, this is gonna be an easy skip for me, but aside from this one, there will be like a sets with their lip products and mascaras and everything, so just be aware when Max Holiday stuff will start rolling to their counters. So Suqqu's holiday collection has also been revealed, and I actually do have to say that this is again something that I can appreciate from afar. So Suqqu is a brand that I would be kind of curious to try, because some of their products have been pretty cool for a luxury brand, but still nothing that has actually made me like push the buy button, because it is still quite expensive. I actually do like both of the face palette. These are really, how should I say, our face palette is basically an eyeshadow quad, and I think is like a highlighter or a very fair blush that's included also, but I do kind of like these. Like, is this something that I'm gonna run out and buy? As I said, no, but I do kind of like the color stories they have picked. The compacts look very nice. This would be, again, a beautiful gift to maybe someone who is more into this sort of luxury, like traditional luxury brands. I think the blush shades, compared to what I think I've seen from Suqqu before, I'm talking about the individual compacts, those aren't perhaps as tempting as some of their blush, sort of seasonal blushes have been in previous collections. And there's 2 eyeliners and also the lipstick colors, but the lipstick colors aren't also looking anything tempting. Yeah, I think for someone who's into this more subtle makeup, the sort of quad combined with a face powder, that could be actually a pretty nice gift. But other than that, I don't think there's nothing that interesting with the Suqqu. So next one is something that we have. I think we have now been disappointed by this like some years now, but that's nothing new with Pat McGrath. So Pat McGrath's holiday collection was announced, and actually this is gonna be one of those that will launch at the end of September. So we're gonna have Pat McGrath's holiday well before holiday. Also, something that I did want to something to consider, that we usually have had the yearly mothership before we have had holiday collection. So I'm kind of now questioning that if we are getting the holiday stuff so early, is it has she like given up on the motherships? I can get the fact that those are probably the most expensive product for her to manufacture, and because I do think that she has downgraded the shimmer shadow quality, though the palettes no longer like have included for some time like these special shades that used to be in the motherships. So it could possibly be that those are no longer selling as well, and people are not just willing to pay the Pat McGrath prices that she would like to have ask from the product. So I'm just thinking that maybe with the mothership has it been so that she has decided that those are just too expensive for manufacture, and she's maybe now focusing on other kind of launches. But to the holiday launches, we're having 2 quints. There's a big palette. We're gonna get to those in a minute. Then there are duos. Then there's trio of mini lip products and duo of mini lip glosses. I'm gonna more focus on the quints and then to the big palette. With the duos, I would say that those are the most redundant products for me in this collection. Like, I don't understand why, because these are 22 euros, which I do think that they are the worst value that you can get. And also I was thinking that, okay, are these gonna be then like some kind of duos of multi-chrome shades? But when you look at the videos on her website and the swatches, these are just normal shimmers. So don't pay 22 euros, like you can get a whole palette at the drugstore that most likely has similar shimmers. Maybe not exactly the Pat McGrath quality, but still you will get much more shade for that price. So for me, the duos, I would just stay away from those. But the big palette first. So the big palette is gonna be, these are already, you can see the prices on Pat McGrath's website. So I think the big palette was 70 euros, and I'm a bit confused. I'm just gonna... I think it would have been good if she would have, like, if you are no longer doing these special shadows, then could we have just had a warm tone palette? Because I'm being very much thrown off by the fact that we have mostly these quite bronzy leaning warm tones, and then we have this turquoise, there's this lilac, and then we have this dark blue. So I would have then rather that if she has decided that she no longer wants to do these very editorial things, then maybe we could have just had a purely warm toned palette. I have seen from the shimmer swatches that there seems to be 1 or 2 shimmers that look like to have a bit of a newer formula. It's not what I would call a multi-chrome formula, but it has like a... I think a holochrome would maybe be a better, because the base of the shimmer has a bit different color than the reflex of the shimmer, and you can kind of see it if you look really carefully at promo videos. So there seems to be a few shades that have a new kind of formula that I don't think I have seen before from the brand. But other than that, all the other shimmers are like just basic shimmers. So yeah, the big palette, as I said, I'm confused. Could we then just have a normal one-tone palette if you don't want to do special things anymore? With the quints, I'm much happier, and these are again actually like, I think, what was the last holiday collection that I bought from her? Last year I made the awful mistake of buying the big palette on one of the quints. However, I'm not regretting that. I did discuss this in my community tab when I made a post about this one. The Pat McGrath holiday videos or shorts from last year, those are still my most viewed content on this channel, and already last year we were kind of thinking when we saw the big palette that had the 2 of the face products and eyeshadows that, okay, this is getting pretty dull, and also the quints were a bit more special, but yeah, those were like, how should I say, considering that I did declutter actually the big palette, the quints I still have in my collection, but considering how I felt that those really weren't anything that special, but the videos I got were like worth the purchase. So I was like momentarily considering that, okay, is this going to be a product that I'm gonna buy just for content? Because it seems that even though people are saying that they're over Pat McGrath, but for some reason those still got a lot of views. But regarding the quints this year, these are more cohesive. I am actually liking that with the quint we are clearly having one warm tone quint, and then we have this one more like other that's more like editorial. It has this sort of like a purple reddish deep leaning theme of it. So I think that if I would get anything like generally that I would be interested in this collection, I would pick up 2 of the quints, but the quints prices have gone up again. I think these are now 30 euros each, or are they actually over? No, the quints are actually 35 euros, so actually for the price of the 2 quints you are already like going to have the price of the big palette. So yeah, I think 35 euros for these quints is like, I think the was it in the first year when she came out with these? I think those were under 30, and I think last year they might have been like exactly 30 euros. And again, I don't think these quins will, there seems to be in each of these quins again one shade that is in the newer formula that again has the sort of like different colored sparkles compared to the base of the shimmer formula, but all the rest of the quin shades are just like normal shimmers, so I don't think that the quins are worth 35 euros, so maybe if they would have been 30 euros, then I could maybe be tempted into buying these. But this year I am going to be standing in my decision that I'm not going to buy the big palette, because I don't want to buy a big palette that I know that I will just declutter. And as I said, I'm just very confused with the big palette's color story. The quins, on the other hand, they are cohesive color stories, and if you like this kind of color stories, then maybe look into them. So Charlotte Tilbury's holiday sort of collection have already been announced, and I don't think it's this all, but we have now seen at least what the gift set will be, and in the side you can also see the eyeshadow palette leaked already like somewhere in the end of the summer or something. So the eyeshadow palette I'm not going to touch upon too much. It's a reddish pinkish palette which we have seen from Charlotte Tilbury dozen times over, and I don't think the 9 pan is anything that special. Also, I do think that the gift sets are something we have seen from Charlotte Tilbury like a dozen times over. There's again, what would I get if I would have to choose one? Well, there I think is a duo. I think those might be minis, but there is a duo which has one of the like highlighters and liquid blushes that she has, but this is very underwhelming. Because there were Christmases when even Charlotte Tilbury did kind of nice special edition stuff, but yeah, no, this is an easy skip. If you like your Charlotte Tilbury, then maybe see that could one of these sets kind of offer good value for you. And if you really already don't have a pinkish reddish palette in your collection, then maybe look into the 9 pan. I have understood from reviews that because Charlotte Tilbury kind of revamped her big palette formula from last Christmas, and I have understood that the formula is quite nice formula, but I just don't think that the 9 pan is worth the price, because I think the last Christmas palette, I looked at the price and I was thinking that yeah, that's kind of expensive for a 9 pan even from Charlotte Tilbury. But if you like a reddish pinkish eyeshadows, then Charlotte Tilbury does have a 9 pan this year that has that kind of color story, but we have seen that a lot from her. But yeah, easy skip for me. There is nothing interesting coming from her this year. Next, something that I did give credit for being a bit interesting. So Givenchy's holiday collection. This again was something that was, I think, one of the first high-end luxury collections that was sort of revealed. And I did give the brand credit for that. First of all, I do kind of like this black glittery packaging, and also the fact that the eyeshadow palette is a bit on the more cool tone leaning side, and there's a pop of blue in it. The eyeshadow palette based on the swatches is a all shimmer palette, so that's just something to consider, that if you don't like all shimmer palettes, then maybe skip the Givenchy's holiday collection. But I do overall, even though this isn't the holiday collection that I will buy, I do think this is one of those that kind of stands out from the stuff that we're seeing from other brands. And also I think in the holiday collection there's going to be, the only thing I was questioning, that why are we having loose highlighters, like isn't this a trend that we all thought that okay, this wasn't a good way to apply highlighter because it's going to go all over. So only critique for this is that why are we having loose highlighters, but other than that I do like the overall design and vibe of this one, even though it's not a set that I will be picking up personally. Next, another sort of more traditional holiday sort of luxury brand, so Lancome, and this has both the holiday stuff and the gift set. So Lancome is also doing this big bag of holiday bag that will have their sort of staple line items, and then there are some holiday specific items. I already discussed this in my Make News video that if I would have to pick a sort of product personally, I would take the special edition palette again, because this has a bit of a twist to it compared to maybe other luxury brand products. But the bag is something that I immediately thought that yeah, I think my mom would like that. That was like my first thinking, that if I would have a sort of huge budget to spend on individual holiday gifts, I would then get my mother that, because my mom is actually someone who does like Lancome products, so yeah. But that kind of describes how I feel. The lipsticks look, I do like the lipstick packaging in this one, but the lipstick shades look like basic nudes. And what else? Is that a lip gloss? I'm kind of curious about the lip product in the middle. That is that a gloss or a some kind of a eye product, but yeah. Also with this Lancome palette, if you're going to pick the eyeshadow palette, I do believe this is almost an all shimmer palette, so just something to consider that if you're eyeing this one. I do also like the packaging. Again, this is a bit different from what we are seeing from other luxury brands. And then Hourglass. So Hourglass has, I already was like when I saw this that god, the brand really doesn't know how to do anything else. So they are coming out with the trio face palettes, and I already discussed that these really don't scream holiday for me. Not that the animal palette last year screamed holiday, but at least those were like bit kind of still had holiday-esque colors. These look like spring launches for me. I have always said that only buy these big Hourglass palettes if you don't own any of their cheek products and you really want to get the best value of it. We actually do now have a retailer in our country. You can't get Hourglass in store, but you can order this from their website, and I looked, the palettes are priced around 100 euros. But when you consider that this does include 6 of their cheek products, it is actually a pretty good value compared if you would buy each of these shades individually. So I think for my particular skin tone, I think I would take the middle one would be the best suited, or the one on the, like, I'm trying to think which way the image is gonna go. One that's gonna be on the, like, that side of the, because the one that's, I think it's gonna be close to me on the other side, it's gonna be like too dark. Yeah, I know that probably didn't make any sense for you, but yeah, the middle palette would probably be the one that if I would be one to buy these. But if you have a lot of Hourglass cheek products and if you have collected these palettes, I think each of these might have like 1 or 2 unique shades. They haven't come out before, but then again, I think there's only a limit that how many different cheek product shades you can do. So even if they would be technically different shades, it still could be that if you have collected a lot of these palettes, you might still actually have very similar shades in your collection. But these palettes, if you're interested in, they are already like available. You can order them from online. I think they might also be available in retailers too. So NARS's holiday collection this year is also gonna include pretty much typical NARS products. This image that I'm showing doesn't have the, so there's gonna be also like 2 limited edition like individual blushes. I discussed those in my makeup news videos, but apparently I'm having a different image for this one. But I did want to use this one because this also showed the lip sets that are coming this year, and also the fact that the face palette that was displayed earlier, there's actually going to be 2 color variations, which is pretty good because I do know that NARS has gotten critique on previous years that when they have launched face palettes, they have only come out with a one variation, and you really can't, if you are, for example, like in this case, including bronzer shades, you can't have like one bronzer for every skin tone. So at least they are now having like 2 different palettes, so one that is a bit deeper and one that is lighter. I think they could still like include maybe like do 3 of these, because I am still like thinking that okay, is the deeper palette gonna be really like to like very deep skin tone? Is it gonna be suitable? Just as with the like other palette, I'm thinking that is the bronzer shade then gonna be like too deep for a person like me. So that is why I would just like to wish that the brands would truly include like 3, if they're doing face palettes, then they would have 3 variation. One that is clearly for fair and light, one that is for medium, and then one that is truly for like deeper skin tones. But NARS is doing at least 2, so we are gonna give them credit for that one, because previous years the situation hasn't been so great. I did discuss in the sort of makeup news video earlier the 2 individual like blushes that are not shown in this one. I did kind of think some of those shades did look kind of nice. They were both pretty like pale pinky shades, so those were definitely shades that are not gonna suit everyone, but for a person like me those would be great. And I was kind of eyeing that, yeah, maybe one of the face palettes like could be nice. In terms of the rest of the products, I don't think there's something interesting, and NARS is doing what everyone else is doing, so they're doing golden packaging, so that's something to also not anything that different. So Guerlain's holiday collection, and I already did discuss this also too, that I didn't feel too holiday-esque when I looked at this. I was initially thinking that is this gonna be another one of their collaboration collections that they have been doing like quite a lot lately with like fashion designers, I think, or whom they are mostly collaborating with. If you like this sort of like a, how should I say, icy diamond theme, I do think it's a bit comical that they are having this sort of bluish diamond theme, but then when you look at the eyeshadow quad, that is actually like reds and pink. So I think with this one, like, they could have done what some of the other brands are doing, that this would have, like, the packaging of this one would have screamed a cool tone palette. And I do know that Givenchy has done, they have cool tone quads in their collection, so I'm very confused why did they like go with this sort of bluish diamond style packaging, but then we got the sort of pink and red quad. So yeah. The other products are, I think, mostly, I'm not sure, are the lipstick shades existing shades or are they repeats from their collection, and also this sort of terracotta bronzer with a golden overspray. This is also something they have done before. So while I do think that the packaging, while it wasn't for me very Christmassy, I do think it was in its own way pretty nice, but just overall this is a bit like not something that I am interested in. So Bobbi Brown, and actually I did remember correctly when I was thinking in my makeup news video that I have seen something else from Bobbi Brown for Christmas, and I was actually right. So first I'm gonna discuss the palette that I have shown previously, and then the stuff that I didn't have in my last makeup news video. So first one part of their holiday collection was this Bobbi Brown Smoky Gleam eyeshadow palette, and I haven't seen yet this palette available in my country, but I have seen some sets with their existing products in a similar style, this sort of golden red packaging. So aside from this palette, you are most likely gonna get sets of like their existing products. I already said in my makeup news video that don't call palette a Smoky Gleam if you're only gonna include one shimmer shadow, that's just misleading. I don't think this is the item that you should pick if you are a huge Bobbi Brown fan and want to buy something from their holiday collection, because I think this is a bit dull even for Bobbi Brown. Something that I did think that was a bit more interesting is this one. So this is apparently like the, I don't know, is this like the, how should I call this, like actually the main holiday collection, and the other one is just like maybe for something that's included with the sort of other gift set with existing stuff. So and this has one of these 8-pan palettes. Bobbi Brown has done these, I think, also in previous years. There's also their eyeshadow sticks. I don't know, are the eyeshadow sticks just in a special packaging or are there actually like unique shades for this collection? And then we have 2 reddish lipsticks, which Bobbi Brown, I think, has done these shades before previously. I would definitely say that if you want to buy anything from Bobbi Brown's holiday collection, get like this one. I do think that this is at least like bit unique. Well, not, how should I say, not probably unique, like probably Bobbi Brown has also done these colors, but I do think that this has a bit more of this is a bit better than the palette that I previously showed. When is this going to be? October 18th, so this is also actually going to be launching pretty soon, so keep your eyes open if you are interested in this one. I'm gonna actually give them credit, like there's a pop-up lilac and pop-up blue in this one. So for Bobbi Brown, I'd say this is pretty unique eyeshadow palette, even though in the big scale of things it's nothing that special, but for Bobbi Brown this is actually pretty okay. Then we have 3 more left and we are continuing with the luxury brand. So Prada's holiday collection has also been announced, and this includes a quad, and then there are some lip products. I actually do like, from all the quads that I have seen, this quads and quints. I'm gonna now talk about quads and quint in like because there's like one shade different in those. But from these smaller palettes, I do actually like the Prada's like combination of the colors. I actually like this sort of burgundy combined with the sort of mauvish pink shimmer, and then we have silver and gold, which are like, okay, pretty typical holiday shimmers, especially with luxury brands. But I actually do like the color combination of this particular quad. Not that I would still be like buying this because Prada is very expensive. I did actually notice that Is It Look Fantastic, who's now actually stocking Prada Beauty, so I actually don't know is there a theoretical chance that I could actually buy this, because Prada Beauty has been traditionally those brands that have been hard for me to get, but I'm actually thinking that is this something that's gonna come to Look Fantastic's website, because then I could get this. The lip colors, the mauvish pinkish one would be the one that I would pick, but again, the whole Prada's lipsticks are very expensive. when I was visiting in Dublin, Ireland, there was actually a Prada stand in their department store, and I was kind of eyeing the products, and then I looked at the price and I was like that thinking that yeah, I'm not there yet. So this is something that I will admire from afar, but as I said, this is so far from all the smaller luxury brand holiday palettes. The Prada one is my favorite in terms of color stories. Then Gucci, so I do have to give Gucci credit. This is very holiday-esque, wearing red and gold, so they nailed the brief in terms of packaging. In terms of products, there's gonna be a quad. I think there's a blush, there's a liquid lipsticks, then there's traditional lipsticks, and I think is that one product, is it a highlighter? There isn't actually much information. The quad, you don't see very well the color, but I think one picture that I've shown from the quad is that in the up you have a hint of like pink or sort of lilac and beige, and then the bottom colors are deeper. I'd say the most, if Gucci would be again something that's available for me, I would get the blush, which is a very boring answer. This is this kind of cherry toned colored blush, which is something that I've been very into now that we're especially going into fall. So if I would have to pick one item from Gucci's holiday collection, it would be the blush, which yeah, I don't need another blush, especially a luxury priced blush, because that's probably gonna be very expensive. But yeah, other products not so interested in, but I do have to say Gucci really nailed the packaging. This is very Christmas-esque. So last product that I just spotted today, so these are actually holidays value set, so Milk makeup. I don't know, Milk is a brand that doesn't actually release a lot, which is pretty good, because when they do release, then you kind of pick up upon it, because then there are brands that release all the time, so you kind of get lost in the launches. But so far the sets that I'm seeing, there seems to be a set with their primers, one with their lip, I think those might be oils, and are those glosses? Okay, yeah. So actually there isn't like that much when I'm looking at them. I'm actually pretty amazed that they're not doing a set with the mascaras if they're doing a set with everything else. Anyway, Milk is not a brand. It's actually something that we have in stores, but it's not something that has never appealed to me personally. If you are a big Milk fan, then maybe check that do these offer something like a good value for you if these are products that you use every day. But I think these are pretty like meh, and also the fact that because these are all like existing products in their line, so it's also not something like, it's nothing that excites me that much. These are apparently also going to be launching at the end of September, so again we're having holiday launches way before holiday. So actually, I think that if these are launching so early again, then if you're just looking for good Milk value sets, then maybe check into these, because if these are going to be available so early, then necessarily if you like these products, then you don't have to wait for Christmas. But yeah, that's I think all that I had from Milk, and generally those were all the holiday launches. Let's get to the outro and to some of my final conclusions, how I'm feeling about this year's holiday. Okay, so what is my final conclusions about holiday this year? First of all, it's coming really early. I would really wish that even if you would reveal the products on the beginning of the fall, then maybe still launch those at the end of October, because now we are having very many products, like some of these products are already like out, you can already order them, and most of them are gonna launch like at the end of September, which is actually the week this video is going live. So it's like it's like kind of okay, nice that you can plan what kind of holiday things you want to buy, but then it's kind of thinking that, well, if we have had all the holiday makeup already at the beginning of the fall or by halfway of the fall, then what is the whole point then having these as holiday sets, because it kind of also takes the excitement out of them, that being this sort of special edition holiday sets. What would I be getting, or what am I certainly getting? I already discussed that the Dior Backstage, that is definitely going to be on my to get list, and also as I said with the Dior's mainline products, those probably will also be on the to buy list. With those ones, I'm lucky that I can see them in store and then actually check that is it truly something that I want before making the buying decisions. But other holiday launches, I am still thinking about the Pat McGrath Quints, not the big palette. I've learned my lessons from last year, but the Quints I am still kind of, because I have generally liked the Quints maybe a bit more than actually the holiday palettes that we have been getting. So maybe that's again something that's going to be launching at the week when this is going live, or actually, yeah, I think it's the week that this video is going to go live. So yeah, that's something. And few brands I was thinking that what holiday launches we have not seen that usually have come. Usually Oden's Eye, who recently did come out with a collection, but that wasn't the holiday collection. But Oden's Eye has come out with holiday palettes during the last few Christmas. So from indie brands, I think that is a launch that I'm still going to be looking into, and maybe that is something that they will come like closer to the Christmas season. And Natasha Denona and Huda Beauty have usually launched palettes, but those haven't been holiday specific palettes. They have just launched them to the holiday market, which is pretty smart because that's when people are buying. And I really do like the quality of Huda's big palettes. I always said that if you buy from Huda Beauty, their big eyeshadow palettes are definitely like worth the price, and they usually offer something quite exciting for a high-end brand. And Natasha Denona is also a brand that I do like to buy. Do like her eyeshadows, and actually been recently like buying her palette. So yeah, so, and I do think there might have been like rumors going around the internet that there's like certainly a new midi palette is probably coming out at some point. But yeah, so I think for those were the kind of 3 brands that I'm thinking that I haven't seen like launches yet. And generally I do think with indie brands they have been quite good, that with indie brands we have seen now quite a lot of like Halloween themed or fall themed releases. So with indie brands it could actually be that we will see the holiday launches closer to holiday. So with them, as I said, Oden's Eye, and then maybe some of my like other favorite indie brands like Ensler Rain could be something that I could look into, that will they come out with a Christmas specific. Last year Ensler Rain didn't come out with a holiday specific palette, so it could be that they might skip that this year too. And maybe also cosmic brushes would be something, because I already did discuss in my other video that I haven't actually bought this year a single cosmic brushes palette, because the color stories they have come out with haven't been appealing to me. But they have come out with some kind of winter themed palette. For example, last year they did come out with this sort of a winter themed palette, so that could also be another brand that I'm looking into, that are they going to release some kind of holiday fitting or a winter-esque palette closer to the Christmas time. But anyway, that's a bit how I'm feeling. Comment down below, how are you feeling about the onslaught of holiday launches and releases that we've been getting. Are you planning to buy, or are you just going to skip holiday launches completely? And if you have already bought some of these holiday launches this year, then comment down below how have you been liking the products. If you like this video, push the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell button if you want to get notifications from my future content. You can also find me with the same nickname, McGrath on Instagram. I hope I'll be seeing you again soon in the video. Bye bye!